I believe Sunrider began manufacturing around the COVID times, around 2020, 2021. I think designs had started well before that, but this is, I think, the longest that we've intended to race a car. Typically, we do a 2-year design cycle. So we spend 1 year designing and then racing your prior car, and then the second year manufacturing, and then that second car, that next car will hit the track that same summer. But because of all the unforeseen circumstances you get with working, trying to build a car in the middle of a pandemic, and then build a team out after a bit of a drop off. This will be Sunrider's third and final year. It's a endurance race of solar electric vehicles, 2 different categories for multiple occupant and single occupant. And we spend all year designing, manufacturing, and getting these cars ready to even race against each other, but also get around for all the laps, all the miles. They hold the competition every year. It alternates. So this year we did the Formula Sun Grand Prix, which is on an enclosed track. So it's a single circuit track that you just try and lap miles on. And then every 2 years they hold the American Solar Challenge, which is when they take you on a route across the country. So I think this was our first year participating in the cross country race, ASC. But we try to hit FSGP every year. The competition can be really friendly with everyone, but definitely this year, since we didn't end up having a space to work in ourselves, there were not enough bays to house all the teams that participated. So we ended up setting up shop right in the lot, right off of the track. That was probably a pretty big challenge, just getting used to not having like a singular space and direct electricity connection. I would say that was a pretty big thing for us. 2K, I don't know if you had any other.
Yeah, building off of what you said, that was a very big one, but also we ran into some very unforeseen issues along the way. Thankfully, we had like an amazing electrical and mechanical team that were able to get those figured out. But yeah, mainly when we rolled over, that was one of those big unforeseen circumstances, and also the day that we started or that we were supposed to start, we had a slight electrical issue that we were able to hammer out probably like 2 hours after the race started. But yeah.
Yeah. Also rain.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
There
that
were
was
rain
another
on the
one.
second 2 days of race for the
Yeah.
first section. We only stayed in hotels on travel days when we were working in between locations. So getting up there and then moving between locations for right between the 2 sections of competition, so FSGP and ASC, and then on the way home. But all in between, we were setting up break it down tents.
Yeah, like we already mentioned, it also rained on one of the nights that we were camping, and a bunch of the tents got flooded out, and we had to figure it out, like sleep in cars, and yeah, I don't know, the gear wasn't like just a mess after that. But for me, as one of the 4 drivers, it had to be starting off that first day. There was just so much hope in the air and so much, I wouldn't say pressure. It was more like, yeah, just hope. Hope probably ran us, like got us through that, like a good part of that competition. So yeah, just being able to start out, having very little issues off of the get-go and completing that first lap is just amazing.
A big part of building a solar car, especially starting off from scratch, is just like it's one big passion project. You love what you do, and it's really nice getting to speak to other teams that feel the same way about what we're working on.
I feel like one lesson we all learned as a team was every single issue has a fix. We're an insanely resourceful and capable design team, and I think this comp in particular really showed us how well we do under pressure and how well we're able to fix issues.
There's a lot to say about the teams whether it's us or other teams, everyone is so intending to persevere through any issues you see. I mean, we had rain our second 2 days of racing, and your car is entirely electrically based in terms of like that internal communication system. So you got to figure out how to waterproof on the spot. If you have a component break, you figure out how to source it. There are really, unless shipping or major damage, there's really no limit to which we will stop trying to get our car back on the track.
And since this is such a shared sentiment across every team, we're also willing to contribute any sort of help, whether it be like mental, like just knowledge, or a physical part. mean, we're all there for each other.
I already had kind of like a passion for solar technology before I came to UF, but I feel like, I don't know, since joining this team, it's such a big family, and there's so many opportunities to gain technical experience and leadership experience, and it's just incredibly supportive. And I felt like when I took my second year and when I started taking upper level positions, all I wanted to do was make any new members feel as seen and as supported, and just like that sense of, if you of like finding your passion and going with it. So whatever your aspect of design that calls out to you, you go for it, and don't be afraid ever, even if you're younger, even if you don't know as much, just taking this opportunity to learn as much as you can, and then being able to share that with the new people coming in.